Welcome to Tibalt's Apprentice. I hope you liked our new intro there. Anyhow, what you're about to see here is a best 2 out of 3. I am still trying to crack Standard. And by crack Standard, I mean just find a deck that I like to play that has some interaction. As you can see, I'm usually playing Historic, but we're going to try Standard. We're going to try a blue-green, what is that, Simic, I guess? And we're going low creatures, close to the ground, add a little bit of magic in there, and we'll see what we get. Reading the card explains the card, and you're going to see, well, of course, you see that Delver of Secrets, which can't really beat a turn 2 3/2 creature, can you? Anyhow, so that flipped quick. You'll see here the object is to, well, it's not to have him immediately handcuffed and put on the sideline. But anyhow, yeah, so we're going for small creatures that can be cast that will get a benefit from, well, you'll see this other card here. So let's drop this. We're going to go ahead and destroy that enchantment that's on there. They're at 15 life already, so I'm feeling good about this match. Alright, at the end of the video, there is a breakdown of the deck, at least what cards are in the deck. Got them at 8 already. Hardly seems fair. With this going at double time, it's going mighty fast. Yeah, so the idea is get your creatures, your all flyers on the board, get them on the board, and protect them. All with a 1 casting cost spells that either phase them out or buff them up or give some other effect. And you'll see here that that's exactly what I do. I see an incoming creature. I will copy the spell. And it's almost unfair how it does that, isn't it? How I can cast it on one spell and the other one. You'll watch and make, or maybe you will see, or maybe you won't stick around that long, but you'll see me make an amazing blunder with that copy a spell. Yeah, you reading the card explains the card, but when you net deck and you're playing somebody else's deck, you don't know what you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing. However, I've got him at 3. I'm at 20. I feel good about this match. It is 2 out of 3. Now watch what I do. Hold for ransom. Okay. I gave him hexproof and then copied the spell, not understanding that I was copying hold for ransom and sticking it on my legendary creature instead. Anyhow, I don't think it's going to cost me the game at this point because, again, they're down to, oh, they came back up to 5 life. And let's just go ahead and buff this up a little bit more. They don't seem to have a lot of interactive magic here, and in fact, they don't. Nor do they have the patience to set through the last 30 seconds of the match. We're going 2 out of 3. You know how this goes. I usually hit that first one and then amazingly crash and burn on the second two. I'm not saying that's what happens this time. I'm just saying I took a big old drink there of water. And this looks like a good opening hand. Faerie Vandal getting extra card draw is can be key. Let's drop the blue. Maybe they'll just see the blue and concede. No? Alright, so we drop a forest. Get that... should we get that? Let's get this on the board first of all, and let's not copy the wrong spells. Alright, so that's... I want to get this on here, and I want to get that flipped again as fast as possible. I can still protect. That's what I'm double checking there. And at this point, where are we going? I decided to play with my goblin and his bombs. Well, I like to see that. I like to see that because, again, I can protect it. Now, I could have actually cast that on the Delver of Secrets and still got the same effect, but we'll see.
You said a goblin and it's what?
I have a little goblin that I'm playing with on the side of the screen.
Okay, because it's not like you said you were going to play with the goblin and his mom.
I don't know his mom personally. She might be fun. They have dynamite. I don't even know what I said. I wasn't listening.
Well, when you listen back to this...
I'll have to play it back and see. All right, I'm supposed to be narrating this. What the heck? That's okay. So. The bomb. Goblin bomb.
Oh, bomb.
Bomb, not mom. Bomb.
Okay.
Sorry.
Gotcha.
All right, we're flying in for a bunch of damage, getting the Drake on board. Nothing but protection spells left. I feel confident that this is a 2 out of 3 where I didn't bomb. Exploits coming. So, again, doesn't have a lot of interaction. Creatures having protection, having ward on it, definitely help. They're going to draw some cards, but I really do think it's too late in the game. So this both fits and goes against my archetype by having to play slowly, but it being aggressive. Aggressive works for me. Having to play and read cards, that's hard for me. I don't want to copy that spell because maybe I'll accidentally Infernal Grasp some of the wrong things. So, yeah, I don't want that. And they didn't want that either. Wow, quick 2 out of 3. I should bail at this point. There's really no point. If I play again, I'm sure to lose. And lose horribly. So I did promise you, though, that I would talk about the deck. And instead, I'm foolishly going to play a third game. I think you can tell by the way I'm talking right now that, yes, I do lose this next one horribly. Was it a misplay? I don't know. So I didn't have all the rares that I needed. That's why you see that sword in there. It didn't necessarily go in the deck, but it was cheap, and I thought if I am going to get counters on things, let's put that in there and see if it makes a difference. Let's get that Delver. Nope, we want the Faerie Vandal, and because we were expecting to maybe draw some extra cards, I would have rather liked to have 2 blue. I see that we are going to deal with aggro. This, I think, can go up against that if you had a smarter player piloting the deck. I am not a smarter pilot. So, get the damage in while we can. I don't have any protection. I'm wide open. I don't like it. That's why I would have rather had 2 blue instead of green. And they're playing something with a reach. I think I need the blue mana more than I need anything else. So we will play blue mana. Let's get that Delver on board. Don't worry about equipping that. Yes, get the Delver on board. That Delver can flip that well. We may be able to push through. You can see me reading the card a lot. I obviously don't know what I'm doing. But that is why I'm playing in non-ranked mode at this point. I do think this is going to be good for Standard, or at least good for me for Standard. There's a lot more interaction with this. At least I'm not up against red deck wins every time. But green does have its removal. Alright. Yep, my turn. No point in doing that. Reveal the card. Nope. Let's get this on there. We have an army of flyers, but that's a pretty fat reach creature there. 4/3, it doesn't have a big butt. But it does have a good power. And they're taking advantage, like I had mentioned in previous videos. Use those triomes if you're going to get as much land advantage, land card type advantage as you can. 1917. Yeah, this is not going well. Let's see what I can do about buffing that up. I want that +1/+1 counter on there. Except it doesn't give +1/+1 counter. So again, reading the card explains the card. You know this by now. I don't, but you know this. I really wish that was a sorcery or an instant, but let's put that on here. Let's buff this up. And it now has ward on it. Let's equip it. Make it even. Oh, nope, I gotta have those +1 counters on it for it to matter. This is the deciding misplay that I was talking about. Now, I do get a counter on there. I do get, or rather, I get a +1/+1, not actually a counter. So I maybe need to rethink that and get rid of that card. That cost me a creature and cost me potential card draw and cost me the game. But thanks for hanging out this long. I'm assuming that you did.
You are dead.
And from
Not
here, we're
big
going to take a
surprise.
quick look at the deck. And yeah, so again, I should have stopped at 2. Should have just been 2 out of 2, but oh well. Let's see here. So, still trying to crack Standard. Pretty straightforward. 4 of each copy. You're getting your creature on the board, buffing it, protecting it, I need to get rid of that sword. Had I had more shredders, I would have played those. More ledger shredders should have been in the deck, but that's it. Enjoy.